So if you're watching this and you've just started your agency and you offer like 20 different services, let's say web development and software development and digital marketing and accounting, I don't know, whatever it is. If you offer all these different types of services and you're just starting out, I'm going to explain to you why this is the worst way to start any service-based business, any sort of agency. If you don't know who I am, I run an agency called Upmatch. What we basically do is we service freelancers and agency owners. We help them get more clients for their business using a platform called Upwork.com. So what we basically do for our clients is we bid on contracts that are relevant for them in their niche through Upwork.com using specific bidding tactics. So we get them more business using Upwork. This is a completely done for you service. And I've ran this for quite some time now and serviced hundreds of clients and had sales calls with thousands. And one thing I can tell you from speaking to thousands of different business owners that are offering services is the ones that start off offering loads of different things, loads of services under one umbrella as a startup is a very bad idea because you're not really positioning yourself. So the first thing I want to talk about is the ease of delivery when you're offering one specific service. So what we basically do to simplify things is we bid on contracts on Upwork. So if you don't already know about Upwork, you can basically find contracts for everything. So you can see here, somebody posted a contract saying they need a paid media specialist. Somebody here needs a Meta Google Ads specialist. So you can find people who are looking for services and you can bid on those contracts and connect those clients. So what we basically do for our clients at Upmatch is we just apply to these contracts on their behalf. So inside of our Slack room, we have a channel with every single client. We have 80 active clients at this point, I believe, something around 80. And every single one, we bid on contracts that suit their niche. So we've got people that we work with that are accountants. We've got lawyers. We've got digital marketers, software developers. We've got data analysts. We've got business analysts, all of which we basically find the right contracts for them and we bid for them through Upwork. So it's a done for you service. It's very simple what we do when we break it down. It's just a bidding and outreach acquisition system, one specific type and just Upwork. We don't offer any other acquisition system or any other acquisition type. It's specifically for Upwork. And by positioning ourselves as a specialist in this, what ends up happening is on the front end, when we're promoting ourselves on Facebook ads or YouTube or the YouTube channel you're watching me on right now, I center everything around this is the one core service that we do. And by doing that over time, people begin to understand that you are a specialist and a master in this one thing. So when somebody wants to succeed on Upwork and grow on Upwork, they can either come to us, Upmatch, who specializes in this thing, or they can decide to go and speak to an agency that does Upwork acquisition, but also Facebook ads and YouTube ads and email marketing. They're probably going to end up picking us because we appear as a specialist. So positioning yourself to the public is so important, and you do it much better when you offer one specific core service. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is the delivery is going to be a lot easier. By actually delivering one specific core service, you end up going through the same iteration with every single client. So as you can see here, I'm in my Slack channel, and every single person here on the left is an individual client. I create a new channel for every single client and I invite all necessary team members into that channel. And so all of these people have come here because they have one specific thing they want, and that's get more contracts through Upwork. And they want us to bid for them. Some of them don't have the time to bid for themselves. Some of them don't know how to bid effectively, but they know that we're able to do it better. And so all of these people, we've basically gone through the same iteration of delivery for every single client. There's slight variations. Of course, some clients ask for specific things changed, but every single client, we've gone through the same exact iteration. And so what ends up happening is naturally with your team and your agency, you're going to get better at that process. You're going to find ways to optimize it over time just simply from having the reps. So it's really important to have a very good delivery, of course, to be a successful agency, but you get a good delivery by going through a lot of reps. Now, if you're offering 30 different services and in the next month you sign 30 different clients, well, that could be one client for each individual service. So really, you haven't had any good amount of reps for any of those services. So you haven't got better at delivering anything. People tend to think that the more services you offer, the more revenue you make. It's actually quite the opposite. And on top of this, right, as you actually deliver services for clients and you get credibility and social proof online, what ends up happening, it becomes easier to close future clients that have the same problem. So since I'm solving one specific problem and everybody comes to me because they want to outsource the bidding and they want a better experience, a better performance with the Upwork bidding, everybody is coming for the same problem to be solved. What ends up happening is when future prospects that I speak to, let's say we have a sales call tomorrow with somebody interested in Upmatch, they will then do their research and they'll find our Trustpilot. They'll find, resources online that I make public like this. They'll find our YouTube channel, Try Upmatch. and they'll see a bunch of client interviews. They'll see a bunch of positive 5-star reviews. They'll see a bunch of information all centered around the specific problem they're having and how we have the solution to solve it. All the people that have that specific problem, it starts to appear transparent that this is the best solution because we're fixing that exact problem. We're not fixing that problem plus 10 others. We're fixing this one problem. And so it becomes so much easier to convince people to make a payment to sign up if you're solving a very specific problem that they have been trying to fix for quite some time. So essentially what I'm saying is be a master and a specialist of something rather than a jack of all trades, because it's so much easier to close clients and to make deals happen when it's clear that you're solving a very specific problem in a very specific way that you have mastered. And by no means is Upmatch a multi-million-dollar a month business, right? This is a company, an agency that started not too long ago. But you can see here that it's averaging around 20 to 30,000 Great British pounds per month. And it honestly at this point is streamlined. It's like on autopilot. We book in loads of sales calls every single month without fail. I don't even need to do anything new to actually generate the sales calls coming in. We have a sales team that actually take the calls, and revenue gets closed because we just have such a good positioning in fixing this one specific problem. And this is essentially what ends up happening when you focus on solving one specific problem. You end up building a much better infrastructure. So here from the fulfillment side on the right, which is really what's most important, is we've got 13 bidders on the team. And these people in our team is basically responsible for applying to contracts on behalf of our clients. And we train them all with the same system and make sure every single one of them goes through the right training to be able to deliver the right thing. And we've built this infrastructure because we've figured out a way to systemize the training because we're delivering one specific service. But if we were delivering 10 different services, this would be so much harder, and we wouldn't have been able to do this. We have one manager, it's Fawad, who basically manages the entire bidding team. He has 2 assistants. We have an account manager who supports with client queries, admin stuff, any essential changes that are needed that's not related to bidding. And we have a sales team that take all the calls. So this is what you can build much more easily when you focus on one specific problem that you're solving. Don't try and launch a service where you're offering, an agency where you're trying to offer 20 different things. I've seen it happen so many times that it's not the way to go. It's great if you have an agency that offers web development, digital marketing, software development, all these different types of great services. That's cool if you're able to fulfill all of this stuff. But when you promote yourself on the front end and you run, let's say, ads, or you have a YouTube channel, or you're doing email marketing, you have to focus on one. You can't promote all of them on the front end because that's not going to serve you. And the great thing is, if you focus on one of them, what actually ends up happening is you'll probably have a bunch of sales calls with people who want that problem solved, and then you can upsell them later on your other services. That's something that we're starting to do now with Upmatch. But when you start out, I highly recommend you start with one core service. Now, I wanted to make this video really quick. I spoke to a few prospects today for Upmatch who were in this exact position, so it incentivized me to make a video just breaking it down. But if you have any questions about anything in this video, feel free to comment it down below, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.